Okay, here we go with part two, looking at the use of vibrato and using the little intro lick that Sonny Boy Williamson uses on the track "Coming Home to You Baby" from Portraits in Blues number 4. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm not going to shape it too much at the moment. I'll just play it. Okay, so how do we start? That's important because it changes the tone on the 2-hole draw. You see, it's not as if I keep my cup closed or if I just play it with it open. That's got a bit more bite to it, but I kind of like moving from one to the other because it kind of brings a little bit of a wah into it as well. Slight bend on the 3-hole draw. On the 4-hole blow, played fairly straight. Now, 4-hole draw. Now that's really important. The note is kind of wah. Okay, I'm trying to create that sort of effect. So it's bending into the note, opening my hand out so that the tone changes as I bend up. And it's kind of like the little bit at the end, on the bending down and then going to the 3-hole draw. It's kind of like sort of shaping the end of the note like that. So I kind of think of it like a wave. Wow, wow, wow. Okay? That's how I think about it. It sounds a bit silly, but yeah, I do have a picture in my mind when I'm playing it. And now the next phrase. Now, you need to expel all of your air before you start this because you need to be able to really control that bend. So you don't want air in your lungs to start with because you don't want to bottle out on the note. So get rid of the air. And that little break from the 2-hole draw to the 3-hole blow is a sort of like a da. You could do it all tongue blocked. But I'm not a great tongue blocker. There are people who could do that and really make it work. I prefer going from the pucker to the tongue block. And then the slide up to the 6-hole blow with a bit of vibrato on it. Just that little run down. Okay, work that out. And that little bend at the end. Okay, so. And that's it. So in terms of practicing to develop the skills to be able to play that phrase, work on single notes, 2-hole draw. Work on degrees of vibrato and going up to wah-wah if you like. So wah-wah. It all depends on how well you cup your harmonica and getting a nice little sound chamber I'm going to turn my hands upside down. I sort of kind of do it like this. I don't know if that shows very well, but there's a good sound chamber behind the harmonica, okay? So, wah-wah, vibrato, think about the speed of vibrato. You know, when you do vibrato, it's not always. It becomes monotonous. You've got to shape the notes that you play. Let's round off the lesson by looking at techniques that you could use, practice techniques to help develop your control of vibrato. I think the important thing is to practice slow vibrato. So let's start off with a little demonstration. On the 2-hole draw, I'm going to start my vibrato with sort of like a steady crotchet beat, okay, sort of like that. I can't snap anymore. And then double it to quavers and then to semiquavers. Here we go. Okay, that was puckering. I'd practice doing the same thing, tongue blocking as well. Once you can do vibrato slowly, I think you've got a much better chance then of really shaping notes in a musical way. The important thing about what I'm telling you here really is techniques that will help you develop your musicianship. You know, it's one thing learning how to play an instrument, and it's another thing becoming a musician. The one thing doesn't automatically lead to the other. You have to work on your musicality, and for us as harmonica players, particularly in this blues style, yes, it's practicing technique, but it's also listening and soaking up the music, because you've got to try and put into your playing an authentic blues feel. Okay, I think that about wraps it up for what I want to do this lesson. So enjoy and keep on practicing, and remember, just keep it slow, just practice it and keep those vibratos nice and slow. Alright, cheerio for now. I'll see you at some point in the near future.